Free from the cycle of blaming herself, Rachel can now learn about a real condition and find treatment. Carol's life is also on the up, and her therapist Jeremy is excited by her speedy progress.
It's fantastic that her world has just grown substantially.
Did the chickens and stuff first, and yeah, I always find it hard when I'm...
The energy that she's had to expend in her double life was wearing her down to a point where she might not have been able to continue to cope psychologically. The fact that she's made these changes now is brilliant, and now she's, perhaps for the first time in a long time, experienced something that she didn't know that she could experience, and that's a fantastic thing. Do you want to tell me about your week?
Yeah.
It's Carol's final session, and Jeremy wants her to try and drop some of her obsessive washing habits.
See, Carol, I think you've actually come quite a long way in the short time that you've been working on, just this change.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how you would feel about pushing yourself a little bit to get those comfort zones a little wider. I'd like you to start doing a few little, let's say, field experiments, real life experiments.
Yeah.
Jeremy suggests Carol doesn't shower for the whole day. He also wants her to rely on her husband to tell her if she smells.
See, I've never, ever been able to sort of do that. I think I could do that. I think I could say to my husband, can you smell anything?
That's a really good
Which
idea.
is so different to anything I would have ever done in the past. Either way,
if he can smell you, then it's useful because it's an experiment has shown that.
But it's not really in the world if he says yes,
exactly.
he can. And
he's not going to leave you or stop loving you.
No,
you know that.
I do know that now. Yeah.
Exactly.
See, I would never ever.
You've never tried that, have you?
Oh no, I've never even dreamed of doing that. I never thought that I would get to the stage where I would allow that to happen. Right, where do you want to go now?
Yeah, exactly.
The very next day, Carol takes Jeremy's advice and goes out without a shower. Steve is on standby to alert her of any smells.
You would have to be careful the way you say it, but if there was an odour and I did detect it, then it would never be a problem to me because Carol's my wife and we are a couple.
I'm in a different frame of mind altogether now to what I was. I would never in a million years have asked him, at what stage can you smell me? Because it would just be so far off of anything that I would have ever done. So I'm really pleased that that's come up, and I'm really pleased that I know that I can do that.
Reassured by the fact that Steve can't smell her, Carol plans to have family over for a barbecue that evening. Steve is encouraged by his wife's newfound spontaneity.
Yeah, you coped really well, I think. How do you feel? Yeah?
Yeah.
That's good.
I'll let you know at the end. I'll let you know at the end of the night.
No, it's a big step.
2 weeks ago, Carol was showering thoroughly 3 times a day. But now, she's having guests round and hasn't even washed yet.
Okay, right. It's only sort of 10 minutes before they get here, so I'm going to go and have a quick wash. Before it would have been like the full works, it would have been a full shower and scrub up, so at least I'm only going to have a quick wash and change my top.
But with only a few minutes to spend in the bathroom after a long, busy day, will Carol really feel comfortable at the barbecue? Fish is a major trigger and can cause Thomas to emit the foulest odour. Unfortunately for Vicky, it's his favourite food.
Oh, there's only 2 pieces of big fish left, Tom.
To try and control his smell, Vicky bans Thomas from having fish on school nights.
He gets his treat on a Friday or Saturday evening, comes to the fish shop to get his fish. That's the small one or the big one? The big one. Oh, look at that, Tom. Yes, please.
Vicky thinks it's important that her son enjoys the same things as everyone else.
Thank you.
She doesn't want his condition to give him a complex.
Look at that for a piece of fish, Tom. You manage, Tom. Use your fork as well. I can manage. He loves to eat fish, so
it's obviously it's going to have the consequences tomorrow because he's eating it, but to deny him totally, I don't think, we should do, because he'd probably crave it even more. I know, mate. Can I read a book? No, you go straight to sleep now.
Vicky knows that she'll have to completely strip his mattress and bedding tomorrow because the smell will be so strong. It's the following morning, and Vicky can already smell Thomas as she walks into his room.
Morning, Tom. Time to get up, mate. You alright? There's a strong odour in the room. It smells basically like we've been cooking fish in here all night.
I smell because I've eaten the fish the night before, so then, I like Saturdays, I smell. So I normally smell on Saturdays, or I have fish on Fridays.
Fish and eggs are his favourite foods at the minute, but I think when he gets to his teenage years, he'd rather rule them completely out of his diet because the smell is so unpleasant and nasty. It is awful.
Although she's able to indulge him at this age, it is going to get harder when he becomes a teenager.
Excuse me, boys. How come you've all nabbed the best seat? Typical.
For Carol, she's a totally different person now that she started talking about her condition.
I feel scared, really, the fact that I let it get so bad. But I never, ever considered talking about it. And now it seems silly. Why did I not consider talking about it?
As the evening goes into full swing, it's clear that the last thing on Carol's mind is washing.
It's just nice to be here now, just be where I am now and hear the laughter and the noise going on in the background, and it's just good to be where I am now.
Carol knows that her syndrome will never go away, but she's finally got more control of her behaviour.
People are still going to love me and still like me, with or without the odour, which is something I probably couldn't get away from before. I just thought that if they could smell me, then they wouldn't like me. It was almost like as simplistic as that.
For now, Thomas accepts he is a boy that smells of fish.
Like when I go really fast and the fish odour comes off me.
It's thanks to his family's openness that he always feels completely supported.
We try not to make it an issue, we just get on with it really. As I say, it's something we've got to live with. We'd rather him have that than some other illness. It's not something we're ashamed of. He can't help it.
And Rachel now feels ready to live a fuller life.
It feels as if I've been going round and round in circles for at least 10 years. I've spent a lot of energy, a lot of money, so much money on things, and just never really getting any further with it. But now it feels like a real positive step forward. It's a chemical thing and it's a genetic condition. It's not my fault.